If you would like to get this month's crystal reading for your sign for download and purchase, please click on the Vimeo link below this video in the Show More section, or visit my website, theluckymermaid.com, and the links for these videos are posted on the most recent video page. Please be sure to check out my other psychic readings for each zodiac sign I have available there as well. Thank you so much. Wish you many blessings and peace.
Hi Gemini, I'm Pam, and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for September 2016. This month I laid out the 5-card Rainbow Tarot spread for you using the Hobbit Tarot deck. Please remember, these are general readings, and to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. This recording is for Gemini Sun, Gemini Ascendant, and Gemini Moon. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign, because some months they will definitely resonate more for you than your sun sign will. My spirit guides advise that the people watching these readings this month look at your moon sign. If you know your moon sign, you might get some important information and messages coming for you there. So please be sure to check that out. I also want to say I'm apologizing right now for any outside noise of weed whacking, grass getting cut, dogs barking, cars going by, my dog making noise, any other noise that you hear. I do have all my windows open. It is such a gorgeous day here, so I'm sorry. I can work past the noise. Hopefully you guys will be able to as well. So all that being said, Gemini, now on to your reading for September 2016. And the first card that you have that shows up here today, Gemini, is the Queen of Wands. And this symbolizes to me a fire sign female. This would either be an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. I feel like you're having a lot of communications with this Queen of Wands, and you may be experiencing a lot of up and down with this communication. There could be an ongoing struggle that you've had with this Queen of Wands, so you may be having communications to do with this struggle. I've got to be honest, I don't want to start your reading off on a negative note, but I do feel that you might actually be feeling negative or irritated. Irritated is the word I want to use with this Queen of Wands in September. You know, I do feel you are happy that they're in your life in some way. They could be a friend to you. And I do feel you patching up any kind of disagreements with them that may have cropped up. You may be, smoothing things over with them. Although I do pick up at some point in the month, I feel you may actually be irritated with them before that actually occurs. I feel that this person is a little bit of a stone buster, let's put it that way. Like, I feel like they can be a taskmaster, they can be challenging with what they say and how they behave. I do get that sense of what they're about, or how you are perceiving them, or how your interactions have been with them. They may be giving away the farm, selling off a lot of things, or giving away a lot of things, and that may upset you. You may not agree with that they're doing it. Maybe you feel like you're entitled to some of the things they're selling or giving away, or maybe you just feel that it's not wise decisions on their part to be doing it. It can affect you in different ways. It depends on how you're connected to this queen, whether she's a relationship partner to you, a relative or a friend, or a business partnership or coworker. It's going to be different how you feel about them giving away the farm. I get that you don't feel like it's a wise choice or decision, though. I can definitely see that. I do feel that there is a link between the two of you that cannot be broken. This is either through family ties, it could be reincarnational past, you could be from the same soul family even, But or maybe you're, engaged, married, or in a significant relationship that for some reason, and you have children together, maybe that's part of the picture here, Gemini, but your connection with this Queen of Wands comes up like it cannot be broken. I do feel that there's something that the two of you really do have to say to each other in this month of September. Words are definitely going to be spoken, and it's important words from both of you coming to each other. You saying it to them saying it to you. You could be releasing some funds and helping this Queen of Wands out of a jam. You could be doing that. They may have gotten into trouble in some way, legalities. Maybe they had a DUI, or maybe they lost money, or they got fired and now they can't pay their mortgage or their rent, or their spouse passed away. It doesn't matter what the connection is here. I feel some of you Geminis will be helping this Queen of Wands out of a jam. So hopefully that'll make sense to some of you. Now on to the next card, Gemini, and here you have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card to me that would symbolize holding back negativity from you. Negative forces, negative actions coming at you. It's you keeping it at bay or shutting the door on negativity. I feel that you've had it with like uproarious conversations and communications with people. If you've been having a hard time getting along with family members or coworkers, or friends or loved ones, and there's been disagreements and arguments and fights or communications that have been, gone awry, I feel like you're fed up with it and you have had it. There may be some people that are kind of dictatorial in this situation and could be complaining about how they feel or think or believe things should be handled or done. So that could be you with this Queen of Wands. It doesn't have to be the same person. You could be the one that's complaining and being dictatorial about how things could be done. That can also come up here too, Gemini. I do feel this has come up before for some other signs. I do feel that you have to rewrite some contract, agreement, or deal. I feel something will have to be rewritten here. Now, I want to say here, as I've said in the other signs, and I'm sorry if you've heard me say this in the other ones, because some people listen to their rising and their moon signs. So you may have heard this before, but Mercury is in retrograde this month of September. I believe it starts on either August 30th or August 31st and goes to September 22nd. So, a lot of things can be undone, redone, revised, reworked, especially if you do it during the retrograde and then after the retrograde passes, it needs to get redone, or you could be redoing stuff during the retrograde. I've had that happen many, many times to me in all kinds of ways. So it's also coming up here for you with this Seven of Wands. I see you dismantling things, taking things apart and inspecting them. You may be taking a house apart. You may be taking apart a safe, like going in a safe and taking things out and looking, because I see some of the things you're looking at are of value. Some of the things I see you looking at, they could be somebody else's things. Like maybe you have a family member that you're helping clear out their house, or maybe you're clearing out your house. But I feel like dismantling things, taking things apart. I see you in attics. I see you in basements. I see you in the eaves of things, taking things down and looking at it and saying, what is this for? Or what should I do with this? Should I save it? Should I keep it? I see you also, you could be dismantling a structure, a building. You could also be dismantling your own, like, things going on in your life that are not of a concrete nature. You could be dismantling computer programs or things like that. But to me, it actually feels like taking things apart, dissecting them, taking them apart and analyzing them and possibly getting rid of them or figuring out what you're going to do with them. I do feel that you're going to be in the presence of some kind of raging argument. I don't know whether you're going to be the one that's going to be arguing or you're just going to be witnessing it. You could be witnessing two family members arguing with each other. You could be witnessing a husband and a wife arguing with each other. I just get some really intense fight or argument that you're going to see or witness. Now, some of you that may have already happened in August. Some of you it could be happening in this month of September or even going into October. It just depends, because not all Geminis are born on the same day, the same month, the same year, or the same time. So your birth charts are not the same. So timing is not going to be the same for all of you Geminis about how this argument, when this argument plays out. You may be the peacemaker. You may be the one that's coming in with a treaty of peace. I feel it's very likely that some of you Geminis are going to be holding out the olive branch or trying to get other people to calm down and stop arguing. If there's been a long-standing rivalry between family members or co-workers, I feel it is going to flare up, show up, and come out and be exposed, or there's going to be some outburst of it in the month of September. That also comes up here. And the next card you have that comes up here is the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands, fives always symbolize a struggle or loss of some sort, usually, or conflict. And Five of Wands is either an internal struggle or a struggle with coworkers, or it could be with family members. I do hear that you're looking at things from the inside out. You could be even examining your own emotions and how you feel about certain things, because I get you. I see you looking within and looking at other things from the inside out also. I do feel if you've been put in charge of something to govern something, it may be making you feel ill at ease. So maybe you're getting put in charge of somebody's trust fund, or, will, or, power of attorney, or maybe you're getting put in charge of a group or a division at your work, or you're getting a promotion and you get put in charge of something that you haven't been familiar with before, because for some reason, for some of you Geminis, I do not feel this getting put in charge of something is making you feel comfortable, because for some of you, I feel you ill at ease over that being put in charge of whatever this is. So that would create the internal struggle in you. The struggle is within you in that regard. If you are a Gemini that has been kind of covertly or secretly keeping tabs on someone, this could be a spouse, a coworker, a family member, a child, it doesn't matter who it is, but if you've been secretly or covertly keeping tabs on them, I feel you are going to let the cat out of the bag and say, you know what, I know what you were doing, or I know you were up to this or that. So I feel like you may be saying to them, don't try to snow me, or who do you think you're fooling or kidding? I know this is what went on, or I've kept tabs on you and you've done this or that. So I feel some of you Geminis will be confronting someone with whatever you've discovered. You could witness some kind of disruption where people are clowning around and then somebody gets hurt. Now, this is not going to apply to all of you Geminis. I see this as a very specific section. So you may be witnessing like teenagers or people. Doesn't have to be teenagers. They could be in their 20s, their 30s. Even people in their 40s and 50s can do wacky stuff. I see like some people goofing around or clowning around and then somebody really getting hurt, like falling and breaking their leg, or, taking some kind of tumble, break their arm, bump their head, get a concussion. I don't know. So this is something I feel some of you Geminis are going to witness. Could even be little kids, could be toddlers or little children playing around and somebody gets crazy and out of hand and they get hurt in some way. Could be climbing a tree, they could be horsing around, playing with hockey sticks. It could even be that. I mean, you never know, Gemini. I'm not trying to say that to scare you, but it does come up here in your Five of Wands card. If at your work or at home, if you have a computer system that shuts down, it could be of major proportions if it's at a workplace. I get it has to be completely rebooted all over again. And this doesn't sound like a minor reboot to me. This feels like a major reboot, and I feel the words data or possibility of data loss could come up. And I'm going to say this too. If there's any company that was ever born, it ever started under the sign of Gemini, I don't know when some of the major cable companies or cell phone companies started. But I feel like there may be one that has some kind of major shutdown, and the system gets discombobulated and has to get rebooted, and I feel like there's a data lost. So just remember that I said that. I don't know which company that it is. It could be a computer company or like an internet server. It could be an internet server. Something is going to shut down, and there's going to have to be a major reboot, and there's going to be data lost. It comes up with the 5 of Wands. So the next card you have here, Gemini, in your 2016 September reading, you have the 7 of Coins, which is also the 7 of Pentacles. And that is a card to me that symbolizes being tired and exhausted of your hard work and efforts, but gaining financial gain and financial reward from those hard work and efforts. It could also be, you could be worried about your finances in related to work. It could be worried about it, but usually to me, it's gaining some kind of financial gain or reward from your work. I do feel that some of you Geminis are going to see a lot of new things take place at your work, in your workplace or place of employment, or even in your own business. If you own your own business, I see a lot of new things are going to be happening. I do feel that some of you may feel like there's some cause for concern in regard to it, but I get you're going to ride that wave. I feel you're going to decide not to get freaked out or not get overly concerned or worried about it, and we'll be riding that wave. I do feel there's going to be an important discussion for many of you at work where people are going to be revealing like new positions that are going to get hired or new positions that are going to open up. You could even hear about some people that are going to either be getting fired or retiring or leaving in some regard, but really, to me, it feels more like new positions being created, new positions opening up, or new hires coming in. But I feel that those of you that this applies to, this is an important discussion at work, not like ho-hum, I don't really care. I feel like you are going to care, and it is going to be, I don't feel that it's negative, but I do feel that it's important. I do feel, though, that for some of you, they are going to be streamlining productions, weeding out the dead wood and, and trimming the fat, whatever word you want to use. So I do feel there are going to be some businesses out there that Geminis are in that they're going to see these kind of things happen at their place of employment in September, or at the very least that it will be discussed and stated that this is going to happen. You may start to get fearful. You may feel like, oh, I need to get out of here. I don't really feel that your job is in jeopardy, but I feel that this creates some anxiety in some of you, and you may get that fearful mode like, oh my gosh, I need to jump ship and get out of here. For some of you, I just feel that this news of whatever you're going to hear in regard to work, in those senses that I just talked about, that it is going to motivate you in some way. If it doesn't motivate you to leave, it may motivate your creative juices or your business acumen in some way to start, putting that foot down on the gas and get things running for you. I do see some of you having that reaction. Motivation in some way comes up here from some of the news that you're going to get. I do see, whether it be at work or in friendships or family relationships, people in your life, regardless of the scenario, are going to be treading very carefully around each other. I'm picking up like tiptoeing around each other. So it's because of the things that I've already said before in these cards, and even through this one, why that will be occurring for you Geminis in September. Some things are going to be tested, retested, treated and retreated, and government officials may come in and do some kind of testing of the health and well-being of the environment where you work. There could be tests coming in to see, is there chemicals being breathed in that are not healthy? Is protocols of safety being followed to ensure the safety of the environment and also of the employees? I do get, because I'm seeing some people in like hazmat suits or some kind of protective gear where they may have something over their face, some kind of spraying of chemicals, or testing of chemicals. Maybe the place got fumigated. Maybe there was, rodents or insects and it had to get treated. And so then there's some kind of government, inspection or regulation that has to come in and make sure the environment's safe. Is it clean air to breathe? Is everything going to be okay? That's obviously not going to apply to all of you, but it does come up here through Seven of Coins, and it does feel to me like a workplace, a business, a warehouse, a company. It could be, for those of you that are non-working, it could be in your own home, and then the town or the state comes in and inspects your environment. It could be, but it really feels more like a business, a company, a warehouse, or something like that. So the last card you have here in the reading today, Gemini, for September 2016 is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is a card to me that symbolizes the karmic wheels of fate turning in your favor. The planets in the heavens, the spirit guides around you, conspiring to give you karmic good fortune. I do feel if you're a Gemini employer, you are going to be looking into hiring someone new, and interviewing people comes up in September. I also feel that some of you Geminis are going to get an invitation to buy into something, to invest in a business, or buy into something. I don't know, comes up here. Maybe buy into a piece of property with a relative or friend, or get a timeshare you can all share, or buy a family resort home where you can all take allotted times and share it. But I do get an invitation for some of you to buy into something, for some of you Geminis. I do feel some of you are going to get some kind of kickback of some money that comes back to you that feels like it comes to me from the government. So this could be you getting an unexpected refund of some sort. Maybe there was some error and they need to pay you back money. This could be a tax refund. Maybe you overpaid on your taxes, or I don't know, but it comes up as you getting some kind of kickback or money comes to you in September. I do feel a prevailing feeling for some of you Geminis in September. You may want to walk away from something and walk towards something new. This could be an old relationship you want to walk away from. It could be an old job, could be an old place that you live in. It could be anything, but I get some of you have that sensation going on with you, like I want to walk away from this, and that's old, and want to walk towards something new. Does come up. I said this earlier and I get it again. I do feel that you're going to be witness or party to some kind of showdown. I feel there's people that are going to be arguing with each other and really having it out. This could be, you could be watching your siblings do this, your parents do it. You could be watching friends do it. You could be watching two marriage partners do it, like your sister and brother-in-law. I don't know who it's going to be, but I do feel Geminis are going to be witness to some kind of showdown. You might be dragged into it or involved in it. I don't know, but it definitely comes up like you're witnessing it in September. If you have a vehicle that you purchased within the last few years, you may have some kind of recall. I feel like a vehicle is getting recalled, or something that you purchased that would be a big purchase that was, manufactured or produced in some way could have some kind of product recall. Could even be a product recall of something that you bought that would be food or but I feel like it's like important. It's a big deal, this recall. So just be wary of that, Gemini, and look for any news about a recall coming to you. Don't give credence to everything you hear, because it could be bad judgment on your part. So be cautious when you're listening to the workplace, gossip going on there, or family members spouting things off. Be cautious of giving too much credence to it, because what you're hearing may not be totally valid 100%, and you don't want to get yourself worked up or sucked into something that you may find out to be not 100% valid later on. Any stumbling blocks that have been created by a workplace or a coworker or any family member or friend is going to fall by the wayside, and now something gets opened up, released, so that you can move forward and move through it. So that could be a lot of things, even medical conditions that can apply to. So if there's been any medical conditions that were some kind of stumbling block or have happened for you, you may get some, it may be released in some way so you don't have to deal with that issue anymore. I feel in general that you're going to be feeling like in the month of September, grandiose schemes are at play and underway in the month of September. And I feel like you're watching it on a big TV screen. You're watching a lot of things in your life change and evolve. So you might want to put that little bar back a little bit further back and re-listen to that statement again, Gemini, because I feel like that's the theme for you this month. It's not negative. I see you almost like kind of awestruck, like you're like, wow, did I just see that happen? Did I just hear that went down? Is this real? I feel like some of you are going to have that sensation in the month of September. So I want to thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do truly appreciate that. Please be sure to subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I post my videos here on YouTube. Also, please be sure to follow me on Twitter and also on Facebook, because I do post things there almost daily that you won't be able to see here on YouTube. I'd also like to remind you, if you're interested in getting the additional messages that I can get from my spirit guides through my crystal for you for the month of September 2016, Gemini, please click on the link below in the Show More section, and it will take you to my Vimeo Videos on Demand page for September's crystal reading for 2016 for each sign of the zodiac for download and purchase. You can also access these videos by going to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com, and clicking on the videos tab on my menu, and it will go to page 7, and there you will see at the top of the page September 2016 crystal reading for each sign of the zodiac. You just click on your sign and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. I wish you a spectacular month of September, Gemini, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.